covered it. So yeah, I have about 16 years experience in IT and into data science, like it's about 4 years. So I just thought, I would share my learnings or the way I prepared for data science with, fellow people like you, so that it might in some way help you if you are interested in taking out a path in the AIML field. Okay, so with that, that's the basic intention. And yeah, basically this slide was titled as fresher because I hope, my thought process was that most of the people attending this are freshers. But then I will also be speaking about, laterals or those who already have an IT experience, how they should go about it. Okay, so yeah, feel free to, as Shoaib bhai has said, maybe as in when you have questions, maybe towards the end. This presentation will only be probably 10-15 minutes. Maybe most of the time we will dedicate for the questions. So feel free to ask whatever you have on your mind. So this is basically trying to let you guys know what is AIML field and how one can make career into it, and what are the avenues or what are the opportunities that one can see if he or she wants to become a pro in this field. So starting with that, so how many of you are freshers? I see like about 16 participants. So can we roughly have some way to let me know how many of you are freshers? Maybe can you type in the chat or something if that is available? Okay, yeah, I'm able to see. Fahad says he's a fresher, and Ahmad Raza says he's a fresher. Yeah, so fine. I think we at least have some of them. So basically, first I'm going to rather than straight away starting. This is a generic session focused for all the freshers, and I'll be speaking about AIML because it is the field that I am working into. So it's not that I would want all of you to make a career in AIML. It's up to your individual choice. So here my job is to let you know how AIML goes. Okay. So beyond that, it's up to you to make a career. So okay. So what are the common problems? One second. This is not going up at the top. Okay, fine. So what are the common problems that freshers face? Okay. So yeah, as and when people come out of the college, as and when they complete degree, be it a engineering degree or be it, any degree like BSc or any other degree. So be it MCA, it's not that like they will get a job immediately. Maybe some of you might have got the job during the campus placements, but apart from those who are lucky enough to, who are not lucky enough to get a job in campus, so what are the problems they would face? So that's what I'm talking here. So the first and foremost thing, people in the industry will ask you for experience. So that's one thing that you guys will face. Then the second thing is, probably you would be in a dilemma. Like whatever education you might have studied in various branches of engineering. Say, for example, I am from electronics and communication. Someone is from mechanical, and someone might be from EEE. But ultimately, most of us would want to make a career in computer science. So obviously, the question will come is, you have studied 4 years into a different discipline, and why would or how is it going to help you to get a job into the computer science field? Then another thing is there will be a plethora of courses for the freshers. Everywhere you would say this course, that course, and all, and how you would choose from those courses. That might be another dilemma. And then, even if you are from a relevant background like computer science, what you have learned in the academics might not be relevant to the industry, what industry expects. For example, we ourselves will conduct interview for a lot of people who are from AIML discipline. So these days, I think you all might be aware that there is also AIML discipline or AIML branch in BTech. Like earlier, it used to be computer science, electronics, mechanical, but nowadays, along with that, there is a data science, there is AIML, and branches like that. But even those who have for full 4 years have studied AIML, we find that they are not up to the expectations of the job that we want them to do. Okay, so moving on. So this is just a generic analogy, just to you to understand, how the world works. Because we might be, it's easy to complain that people are asking me for experience, or people are not giving me job and all. It's easy to complain, but it's more important to understand how the world and society works, and how the things are the way they are. Okay, so let's take a simple example. So let's say you want to buy a mobile phone. So what is the first thing anyone would do? They will probably check in Amazon. Then for the same model phone, they will see what is the price in Flipkart. And then for the same model phone, they will see what is the price in a physical store like Chroma. Then in Big C. Then in Reliance Digital. Or so many stores and so many online portals you would see. And finally, wherever you get a cheap price, you would buy that. So is it not? Probably you might just ping in the chat. Is that how someone would buy a phone? Is it focus is better now?
Yes, it's we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So is that probably there are very fewer people, so you might want to talk in case you want. So yeah, is that how you buy a phone, right? So there is no rocket science in that. Probably all of us will do the same thing. So if at all we want to buy something, we would see which one will give us a cheaper, which one will give the product in the cheapest price and in the cheapest cost, and we go with that particular option. So in the same way, the industry, IT industry, or be it any industry, if they want to hire a fresher, they would want to hire someone who can give the maximum value to their company. Why would someone pay, why would, let's say, Infosys pay 30,000 to a fresher? Or why would TCS pay maybe 30,000 to a fresher? Why would, say, Amazon pay 50,000 to a fresher, 50,000 per month? Obviously, they should see some worth in you. And it is up to you to promote yourself, to market yourself, to let your employer realize, or let your employer know that this is what you can do, this is what value addition you can add to the company, and only then will someone be able to invest in you. The reason I'm saying invest is, for every employer, let's say for an employer, if the company is paying 30,000 per month, obviously the company is looking to make 1 lakh per month on that employee. So that's how companies function. So obviously, if company has to pay your salary, the company has to get money from his client, and to get money from the client, the company should be able to deliver the projects to the client, and for that they need competent people. So there is no point in probably complaining that people are asking me experience, how can I get experience straight out of the college and all that stuff. So that probably won't solve anything. The important thing is to understand that it is something that is common in the society, and how you can overcome that, how you can overcome these things to, and how you can market yourself, how you can project yourself in a way that company feels that you are going to be a good value addition to the company. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, so there are, as I told, there are different software technologies. It need not be that I want all of you to take up a course in AIML. So we have different courses, like you have, of course, the evergreen Java. Then you have the .NET, again, an evergreen subject. You have Oracle, you have Selenium, you have Android development or mobile development. You have React Native front end, you have RPA, and you have AI and ML. But irrespective of what you take, it's up to an individual's choice, and it's up to an individual's interest that he or she might take one of these courses. But the important thing is the same thing. You need to project yourself in a way that company feels, or whoever that's going to hire you feels that you are someone different from the herd. You are not, one of the 100 people, but you are someone different from the 100 people. Only then you would stand a chance to gain that attention and subsequently the job. Now we are going to talk about artificial intelligence. So any questions until here, or shall we take the questions at the end?
At the end would be better.
Okay, fine. So then, yeah. So moving on. So since I am working into artificial intelligence field, I am talking about this field. Maybe someone, some other who is working on this other field, they can talk about it. But for me, because since I am into this field, I am comfortable, or I can guide people into this field. So I'll be talking more about this field. So, okay. So what is artificial intelligence? So these days, we are hearing a lot like machine learning, artificial intelligence, data. So what is meant by artificial intelligence? So just to spend a couple of minutes over here. So in the past few years, or in the at least in the last 1 decade, or maybe 1.5 decade, we have seen that data storage has become a lot cheaper, and data is available for each and everything that you do. Suppose you go to Amazon and buy something. So before buying something, I mean, you will obviously search a lot of things. So that data Amazon uses to probably give you better recommendations. And similarly, so on and so forth. That there are a lot of examples. So all this data the companies would use, and then they will derive a pattern. And suppose, let's say, you are looking into one particular kind of mobile phone, and someone with same features as you, same age as you, and same educational qualification as you, might be interested in the same laptop. So maybe if tomorrow, if some of your friends try to search for something, they will immediately project that particular laptop recommendation to them, so that it becomes easier for them to pick that. So that way, so in the traditional programming, what will happen is we generally do the programming and based on a certain set of business rules, like if this condition happens, do this, if this, do this, else this, else this. So that way there will be a particular programming structure. But in artificial intelligence, what will happen is there is no programming like that. It's just depending on the past data. We just let the computer decide how to react to the current situation or the future situation. So that's the biggest difference between AI and ML. Okay. So yeah, so that's one thing. And then moving on. So where is AI being used? So AI is used at several places. As you could see, probably every sector, starting with astronomy, healthcare, transport, agriculture, education, e-commerce, entertainment, robotics, automotive, social media, data security, and finance, of course, gaming. So you name any field, so AI is there in all those fields. That's why the opportunities also are vast compared to other fields in AI. So basically, what does it contain? What does AI, ML, and data science contain? So it is basically depending on statistics. So the major part of all these patterns, all these predictions, they are all based on the what you call statistics, and then it's based on this particular y equal to mx plus c sort of linear equation that we have studied. So we are going to, maybe in the college we have studied all these y equal to mx plus c, and what is m is slope, c is intercept. So but hardly or seldom we go beyond this and try to understand what is the practical implementation of this. So that you would learn when you do a data science course, or that you will learn when you work on data science to solve the real world problems. Then what is a linear regression? Then what is this is what called gradient descent. Okay, so you are going to learn this thing. And basically it is a neural network. So the neural network is the advanced concept wherein they try to mimic the human behavior and trying to solve a real world problem. So to get into this field, so what would you need? So the first and foremost thing you would need is obviously the passion to excel. So you need to understand that it is for your career that you are doing this. It's not for anyone else. So if you work hard and do this course, or and if you make a career in this data science, it's you and your family that are going to enjoy the benefits of it. So the first and foremost thing is you should have the passion to excel. You should decide that, okay, fine, I'm going to make a career into this, and you should give all your time and energy to succeed in this. So yeah, coming to hardware resources wise, you need a laptop, preferably i5, but even if i3 would work. So if you have a laptop, obviously any software course would need a laptop. So you would need one to do this. And obviously, with these things, hopefully you should, be able to succeed as a data scientist. Then how the career guidance council will guide you. So how we plan to guide you. So we are, see, one thing I wanted to maybe in the next, so we are not planning to provide any training here. We would love to do that, but unfortunately we don't have the time for that. And it is a vast field, data science, and maybe before anyone asks, I should tell you that it's not something you can do in 15 days or 30 days. And if someone wants to do something in 1 week or 2 weeks, this is certainly not for them. This is something you would need at least 8 to 10 months time to become a data scientist, and your rewards also will be manifold. So if you're thinking it's something you can do in 15 days, then I don't think that's a right assumption about this course. So at C Career Guidance Council, how we can guide you? So we are not going to take any physical training or any online training. So what we are going to do is we are going to provide you the resources that you can go through and master yourself in this field. So it's, as I have told, it's should be your interest. It should be your personal interest to succeed and to excel and to become something in life that should drive you. So we are going to share you the resources. So these resources, again, you can find out by yourself, but then again, this will consume a lot of time and energy. So if someone like me has done a lot of time in figuring out these resources, it makes sense that I share those resources upfront for you rather than you again wasting the time to find the same thing. Okay, so we are going to share you some YouTube videos or free. These are obviously free resources. So YouTube videos to go through. There are a lot of YouTube channels these days that talk about AML. So maybe you can go through some of them. Then there is a good medium, which is like a blog posts website. So there are a lot of articles being written by people here. So you can go through this. So this is actually a bit paid version, but then probably you can open it in what you call this incognito mode or something, and you can go through these articles. So there are ways to access this without paying. Then obviously there is GitHub. So there are a lot of GitHub repos where you can go through and learn these things. Then there is LinkedIn, and this is of course these days the most important thing and most neglected thing. Like people are there on Facebook, Twitter, and I don't know what else have come up, Instagram. But this is something that to this day, if not fully, but at least used by the professionals to build a network and all. So probably make your profile in LinkedIn and try to go through the LinkedIn at least once in a day to see the various posts coming by the people. So what you would get. So how we are going to do this? So as I told, there are no classroom or virtual trainings. No classroom or virtual training will be provided by CGs. So only mentoring and guidance. So we'll just tell you what to study, how to project yourself. If you have a career gap, how to use it to your advantage. But then we will not be teaching you what A plus B whole square is, what mean median mode is. So unfortunately, number one, we don't have time and resources for that. And number two, there are many videos and resources that are doing it better than what I or someone could have done, would do it. So the second thing is we plan to create a WhatsApp group link wherein, we can be in touch with these students, and as and when, some query comes, we can try and resolve it. And also the students among themselves can try and resolve it. Then there are a small number of, there is an online course, which I highly recommend you people to do it. I will speak on it. It's very, what you call, affordable course. or probably at a throwaway price, I would say. But for want of better name, maybe I could say affordable course. So, and if still there are some people who feel that they can't afford it, from CGC side, we will try to give them sponsor them for this course if we find them motivated enough and meritorious enough. And hopefully all this should lead you to your first job. And yeah, I think that probably brings about an end to my presentation. And yeah, I think I'm looking a lot darker. Maybe because of the light adjustment. Yeah, so I think that is from me. So hopefully, I think you got some little information about this. So it was not an extensive, session about what AI or ML is. The idea was not that, but the idea is to at least let people know what AI ML is, and then let people decide who they want to be part of this, and how they can go further and become successful in it. Yeah. So
So
people,
Mansoor bhai, can you share the resources what people can follow, because that they are expecting in this session?
yeah,
How
one
can you follow to
one
learn this?
just give me one moment. Yeah. So there are let me share my screen. Yeah, hopefully you are able to see this Chrome, right? Somehow it blocking here. Okay, so if you there are some resources. I don't obviously have everything in my mind at this point, but there are some resources I can show you that people can go through. But obviously, for those who are interested, maybe they can create a WhatsApp group and share these things. So this guy, Krishna, yeah, this basically he has, maybe many of you might be aware of him. So he has a lot of followers. And in fact, it is this guy that I have learned. So he has a lot of playlists on every possible topic. Okay, starting from statistics. So this is one very good resource, free resource. Then there is something called StatQuest. So again, this is also a very fun way of learning what you call statistics. So a very clear manner and with very good animations, he try to explain what statistics is and what various concepts of statistics, or what various concepts of AI. So in machine learning, what are the, this uses a very good animation. And in fact, if you are starting, maybe it makes sense for you to start with these videos. You really would love it, and they are very easy to understand. So these are two things. So there are a lot of such resources. I don't exactly have it at the top of my mind, but as and when I come across, maybe we can try to make a WhatsApp group, and then maybe from time to time, you might not need all those what you call things at this point. So, and again, I think this, yeah. Let me, I think, take some course. Yeah. Yeah. So this,
Mansoor, will you provide recorded session?
sorry.
Will you provide this recorded session after completion of this session?
Yeah, I think that it's already being recorded, so I hope SureBuy will provide that.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, I think somehow my internet is slow, and yeah. So this is just give us the moment. Maybe others can ask any other questions you have in the meanwhile.
Yes, to learn like AI, so we need to learn like a Python, any technology, like programming languages we need to learn, or else we can just go with AI and whatever.
Just a moment. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Let me open this course. I'm not able to get that link. Yeah, so this one. Yeah, so this is the course I was talking about. Yeah, so this is data science masters. So this original course was 7,000, and then they reduced it to 3,500. But for this week, due to Republic Day offer, they are giving additional 300 off. So this is both in Hindi and English. So you can probably select English. So probably I would recommend English, but then if people are comfortable, or if they're not comfortable with English, people can go with Hindi also. So this actually, maybe let's just quickly go through. So just a time check. So it's 7 a.m. Sorry, 7 p.m. So yeah, so here this is what is data science consists of. So you have Python, you have statistics, you have machine learning, deep learning. Yeah, you can pretty much read these things. So the same things that I have mentioned. So here is the detailed curriculum, and here is what they are going to teach you. Maybe I can ping it in the chat over here. Yeah. So this is the course I was talking. I mean, I did this course somewhere in 2019, and even at that time, the fees was around the same thing. So 3,500 or 4,000. So this is a really good course. As you know, if people have inquired, they might, or you might be seeing ads for courses worth 1 lakh rupees and much more than around 2 lakh rupees from ISB or Triple IT on data science. But believe me, this course will be very useful and much more beneficial than all those courses that you do spending lakhs of rupees. So this is one course. I mean, without doing this course also, you can succeed as a data scientist, but then it will doing this course, and I don't think 3,200 in today's time and place is anything, not that much money. So if anyone is really interested, I would strongly recommend them to do this course. And if at all there is anyone who is financially not able to do this, then probably we would support him doing in this particular course. Okay, so this is the one course I just pinged in the chat that I was talking about. And again, we are not here to promote this course. Nothing we would get out of promoting this course. It's for your own benefit, and it would basically expedite your process. So maybe just think about like this. So you probably reading by yourself will get a job in 1 year time, and if you do, or maybe you get a job in 1.5 years time, and by doing this course, you will get the job in 1 year's time. So you are getting 6 months additional, salary by doing this course. So that's what would be your advantage of doing this course. Think it in that perspective, and probably you can read, and the Krishna, which I have shown you, he has a lot of Q&A in his what you call in his YouTube channel. Maybe you can go through those. Yeah, you can go through these things. Maybe you can search by yourself. He does a lot of Q&A, machine learning interview questions, how people prepare and all. So he might speak in detail. So I don't again want to repeat all that, but he say there is, you go through this playlist if you are not already aware. It is much better resource. Yeah, please Someone was asking something.
So I think people would also be interested in knowing what are the job opportunities for AI/ML, whether the freshers can learn. AI/ML is a vast field, as you mentioned. Data science is also one of the group in that. So whether for fresher, if they learn this thing, so what are the like potential companies they can apply for job, or is it like only for experienced person? And if the person is having job gap, so even if he learns something, these courses, whether he still will be like able to get a job. So those kind of question generally our people used to have. So I thought just to
Yeah, so basically there are positions like junior data scientist, which is mainly targeted for people with 0 to 2 years of experience. And a lot of companies, in fact, most of the companies starting with all these big companies, I mean, volume wise, like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, and Tech Mahindra, Cognizant, Capgemini. So all these companies have their own AI and ML departments. These are basically sort of desi companies, and then the bigger companies like obviously Amazon, Facebook, or Meta, yeah, even all those companies. And there are lots and lots of companies where there are opportunities for both freshers as well as experienced professionals. So in this data science, there are different stages of work. First work is data analysis. So you need to collect okay, what are the different branches or different things in AI/ML? So one thing is data analysis, wherein you need to collect the data from various sources, and always or most of the times the data will not be in a neat and clean format. So you need to probably what I say, you need to clean that data, and so that it can be consumed by a software. So those things are done by data analysts or data engineers. So that is one career opportunity, people who are more. And then to store this data, a lot of compute resources are required, storage resources are required. So that's where big data comes into picture. So big data is something that's used to store this data. And from that big data tables, the data analysts or data engineers are going to take the data. They probably give the data to the data scientists, and data scientists will build patterns out of that data. So there are opportunities for both freshers. So in this, there are various levels. There is one first level of check where data needs to be checked and data needs to be validated. That obviously is done by freshers or 0 to 2 levels of 2 years of experience. Then there is there is next level where from that data you have to derive the patterns, and some coding and some statistical knowledge is required there, which generally is done by people of 1 to 3 years of experience. And then beyond that, beyond 3 years, there are requirements to whatever software you build, that has to be productionized, that has to be put into production for it to working in the real time. So that's where experienced people will come into picture. And coming to the experienced people, obviously this is mostly built on Python programming language, and any software language, as you might agree with me, is just a way to put your logic or your analysis into way that computer understand. So once you are, what I mean is, once you are good at writing code in one language, be it Java or any other language, you would be equally good at writing it in any other language like Python. Only the syntax may vary, but then the core essence will remain the same. So it's all your logic that matters. So if you are good logically, you can write it in any language. So that's what I feel. And even before this, I never worked on Python, but my programming skills in other languages like COBOL, part of my inference suits and all, have really helped me learn Python faster. And these days, yeah, obviously you guys might know a lot of things are available on internet. Like obviously no one is going to remember all the codes, so you can Google and you can probably check out what is happening or what you should do and how to get it done. Maybe the experienced people might correlate with it more. So no one will understand everything. So you can obviously, you need to have the basic 50-60% of the knowledge to understand where to search and what to search. And then from whatever you search, you need to put it in a way that your program works. And the other question is how the people with career gap, be it after their engineering or be it after their education, be it after their education or be it, in between a job, going to approach this or should approach this. So instead of, probably saying that they were free for 1 year or 2 years, maybe they can try to say that they were doing freelancing work for some XYZ client in some remote place on earth. You don't have, of course, you don't have to mention that. You can say that you are doing freelancing in this area and these are the projects that you have done. So once you do this course that I have mentioned, obviously there are a lot of projects that are going to talk about that. So each data science or machine learning project runs for a duration of 6 to 9 months. So if you do multiple projects, you can say that, during the time which you are, in reality free, you can say that you are doing freelancing and this is what you have worked. And this is, and you should be able to obviously answer any questions that comes from it. So yeah, so if you have if you have gap, it's in a way advantageous to you. In that you can mention that, okay, in this time I did the freelancing work and this is what I have really implemented. So maybe they will ask you a few questions, how did you do that and all. And once you are satisfied, maybe you can get a job as an experienced person. So yeah, I think sure by anything else I missed out.
Thank you. And we have some participant put the question on the chat also.
Let
We
me
can
see.
answer those.
Does learning database such as SQL or MongoDB are necessary? Actually, yeah, SQL or MongoDB, they are used, but they are not that, critical. So every company will have different databases. So obviously SQL, I think most of the people knows. So, your main focus will be to learn about machine learning concepts. So SQL or Mongo or something, maybe I would say 10% of the job or 5% of the job, and you can easily pick. So that should not be a, difficult. And SQL, I think most of the people knows. So that should not be a difficult thing for you to grasp, if at all you are able to grasp the other concepts. So as you might know, these are all ways to store the data. Okay, is it possible to get into ML as a fresher rather than in data science? See, and again someone has asked AI, data science, machine learning. Yeah, mostly these are same. So if you talk about AI is a general concept in which there is RPA, robotic process automation, is one branch, and machine learning is another branch. So generally, the person who works on machine learning, he is called a data scientist. So if you are working on a Java, you will be called a software programmer. But if you are working in machine learning, you are called a data scientist. So that's the difference between machine learning and data science. And AI consists, apart from machine learning, is probably 70% of AI. Like if you draw the big circle, AI is 70% consists of machine learning. There are other things like RPA, all those things. But for you, I mean, to keep things simple, it's all one and same. AI, ML, data science, everything. So your designation will be junior data scientist rather than a junior software engineer or software trainee or something, if you work into machine learning. And let me see, what can you do after learning these? Yeah, after learning these, obviously you can, there are a lot of avenues you can try for, jobs over there. Naukri.com or LinkedIn, or there are several places you can post your resume, and you can probably you can prepare a Git repo where you can showcase your skills, and then you can seek a job opportunity. So there are vast opportunities. Every big company is using this thing. So starting from Amazon all the way till probably any company you might want to name, they all consist of this. My education gaps are, I learn AI or AWS. So it's up to you. AWS is also a good field. So if you are, I think Ahmad from Sangareddy. So yeah, AI is a vast field. AWS is also having good opportunities. So if you are, more inclined towards maths and all, then you can learn AI. If you want, more on the cloud side, you can go for AWS. Any others? Please paste it in the chat if you feel like asking something. Certification, yeah, this iNeuron, I mean, the course which I told you, I mean, they are going to give you one certification post you complete their course. But, honestly speaking, certification doesn't matter. It's not your certification that's going to, solve the client problem, right? It's your skill set that's going to solve. And I have seen people with certification from Triple IT, from this IISc Bangalore and all, and not able to answer basic questions. So certification is just no real interviewer, or no serious interviewer is going to be getting impressed by your certificate. It doesn't matter actually, if you ask me. It's basically your approach to the problem, your knowledge. That's what will matter. So Sheikh is asking, for data analyst, is it mandatory to learn Tableau and Power BI? Yes, for a data analyst, after you get the patterns from data, generally people will use Tableau or Power BI to report that. So yeah, if you are going into data analyst, you probably would have to learn both Tableau and Power BI, or at least Tableau. Will system administrator transition their career to data scientist? Yeah, this is a good question from Muzammil. So yeah, a lot of people, people from MBA background, people from hospitality background, and people from different sectors have transitioned into this. So yeah, anyone can make a transition. Maybe just go through the question and answer videos from Krishna. They might be lengthy, maybe 1 hour or something, but at least try to go through a couple of question and answers on the YouTube as and when you get some time. So a lot of questions will, a lot of people will ask such similar questions, and there are people who have, people with career gap, people who probably are dropout from college, people who have gap after their education, people who have gone on a maternity leave and come back. So even all of those are able to make a transition. So definitely you could make a transition. And Danish asks, what project should I put in my resume to get a job as a fresher? Yeah, there are different projects in machine learning. There are some things on deep learning and computer vision and NLP and all those things. So you can keep that. If I tell now, you may not be able to understand. But these course, definitely, if you go through the link I have pasted, so there are projects that they're talking about. So, some of those projects that you are comfortable explaining to someone, you can always keep them. So Nabil from mechanical background and fire system design engineer and wanted to switch into data analyst. For that, I learned SAS. I have to learn something to land a job. So yeah, maybe you can try that, Nabil. I mean, SAS is also a good thing for a data analyst. So maybe you can try. I'm honestly speaking, in the data analyst side, I don't have much knowledge. So hopefully with the SAS, you should be able to get a job. See, start point, first thing, what is the start point? Starting point is statistics. So what in statistics? Mean, median, mode. What is logistic regression? What is linear regression? So these are the basic core concepts. These are like, your basic formula or any such things that you should learn and you should understand. After that, there are different problems like linear regression, logistic regression, or decision tree, random forest, XGBoost, and all such things which you should learn. And after that, there are in real world there are two types of problems. One is called computer vision, which is basically vision based analytics. Like for example, in a parking lot, you can keep a camera, and then based on that, you can count how many vehicles are entering into that and how many vehicles are leaving. That is one application of computer vision. And another is probably in a place where there are some what you call combustible material or something. You can keep a AI system that raises an alarm immediately if some parameter or something, some gas leakage or something happens. So this is computer vision, and obviously in NLP, like there are chatbots everywhere, as you could see. So those chatbots are basically built on NLP. So you can obviously use that to, if you work on that NLP area, you'll be working on chatbots and all the other problems. These days there is Chat GPT that has come up. So all those things are from the NLP side of the AI/ML. So you can work on those things also. I have 2 years or gap in BTech. My batch is 27, but I passed in 2020. Can I get a job, and can I select any one course to get a? Yeah, you can get. Maybe you have to maybe provide some reason as to why you couldn't pass out in 2017, and you have to pass out in 2020. And yeah, you can get it. So at the end of the day, as I have told you, the company would be interested whether you're able to solve their problem or not. So it doesn't matter where you come from, or what you have done, whether you have done BTech, MCA, BSc, it doesn't matter. So you solve the problem, you get your money, and company gets their money. So that's as simple as that. Currently, I'm working as FTTH engineer. I'm from Tripoli. So yeah, I think any background, FTTH, I don't know, but any background, people can get a job. Yeah, so Danish is asking, so he has learned the things, but the thing is, you should, I'm not sure how you have put your resume. So apart from Python, TensorFlow, there is something called PyTorch that is widely used. And more importantly, in your resume, you should showcase having solved some of the client problems. So, just that ABCD, no one is going to give you a job. So you should say that I have solved this problem, that problem, that problem. And if your company has a similar problem, maybe I can solve you. So that's how your resume should be. So if you put that, hopefully you should get calls. Yeah, any others who want to ask? Or any questions that I have missed out, maybe you can repost. Yeah, so yeah, as people might be typing.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I joined a session there is a group, Instagram institution. So they said if you want, you can't learn any one of the course. You have to learn both three of them, AI, MI, and data science for getting a job.
Sorry, your
Did
voice
you?
was not clear. So what is that?
Hello. I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Tell me.
Yeah, I joined a course. I mean, Inside Group is there, which is an institution. So
Hmm.
they said if you want to learn the course, you need to learn both. I mean, AI, MI, and data science. So my question is, can I learn any one?
No, as I told, all are same. AI, machine learning, and data science all are same. So I don't, you have to learn all doesn't make more sense. So go through that link I have given. So there they have listed everything. So in that list, there will be machine learning first, and then there will be computer vision and NLP, and all these constitute AI. And also, as I am telling, RPA is another branch of AI, but it's a minority branch. But mostly, generally, when people talk about AI, they mean machine learning. And machine learning was there until a few years, and in the past, maybe 6-7 years, computer vision has come up. Yeah. So yeah.
Suppose I want to learn machine learning. Can I learn and get a job in machine learning? Separate learn. I want to learn separate in machine only.
See, a lot of companies they have moved out in to computer vision and NLP. So there are no just pure machine learning problems as such today. So your scope will be more if you learn computer vision and NLP. So if there is probably 2 opportunities for ML, maybe 5 for computer vision and around 7 for NLP opportunities wise I'm taking. So yeah, your opportunities will be more, and I strongly recommend you to learn computer vision and NLP, if not at least one of those things. And Ahmad, any background, you Telugu medium background or something, I mean, you can learn, but I strongly recommend you try to improve your English skills, because ultimately you need to speak up and all that. So it's one thing knowing the things, but you should also be able to express those things, and to express those language is the tool. So I strongly recommend you to try and learn English. But yeah, course wise you can probably start doing the course, and slowly improve on your English also. Yeah, where can I find jobs for data science? So in Naukri.com or Monster.com, and in LinkedIn. So all these, there are jobs for data science, and there are a lot of jobs in Hyderabad these days. Yeah, someone is asking the link, so let me paste it here. So yeah, any other questions? So yeah, one last thing from my side is, probably I'm not saying that, this probably is going to be a very easy course, and generally you might see a lot of institutes saying that, probably if you do this course, you will become Elon Musk or something. Nothing like that. Nothing in life comes free. So you should understand that. So, the world you were there, or the world you have seen, especially freshers, until they were in college, is different than what the world in reality is. And the sooner you understand it, the better it is for you. So, yeah, it is going to be an intensive course. You need to give at least probably 6 hours minimum per day for this course. So those who are in final year of college, or those, who are looking for jobs, they can, they are better suited for this. And the jobs and the salaries also, there are good salaries for these jobs. So it's really worth the time you spend. Maybe if you can learn some course in a month's time, and you will get a normal salary and a normal package, and you spend 8 to 10 months learning this course, and you probably will get your salary 3 to 4 times than what you would get in a normal job. So it is going to be an intensive course. You need full dedication. You need to have that constant goal, and you need to have that aim or motivation to succeed against all the odds. So it's not that you do the course and immediately after you complete the course, someone is going to come and hire you. It's not going to happen that way. So you need to do the course, and then, as I said, you need to market yourself. You need to project yourself. Don't think from your side, think from company's side. Why should company hire you? So let's say if you are an employer, if you are paying someone something, so you would ask 10 questions before paying someone, right? So the same thing happens with the employer also. So you should think from that perspective, and you should keep your resume in such areas that the company should feel that, okay, I can't. So that's where you are going to succeed. So contact number we will see. Maybe we will create a WhatsApp group. So maybe Shoaib bhai will. So basically, that the idea is Shoaib bhai. I mean, maybe whoever are interested. So what is the idea, Shoaib bhai? How we can go forward?
So what is the plan actually? Like, I have shared one of our job WhatsApp group, and I see some of the participant has joined that job WhatsApp group. So like, participant, like if you have any further queries, and if you want some specific question from Mansoor bhai, you can just put your message to the admin that I'm learning this course, and I'm kind of need some mentoring, some guidance in this particular thing. So we can share your Mansoor bhai contact number with you. So you can contact the admin of that job WhatsApp group. And if in future also, if we keep any, we will be sharing our regular weekly sessions updates also in that job WhatsApp group. And meanwhile, if you have any queries, you can just put that query to the job admin, and we will ensure that you get the reply. And we will share the Mansoor bhai contact number if you need. So you need to be there in our job WhatsApp group. And if you have any plan, Mansoor bhai, from your side, like what you want, like
Yeah,
apart
actually,
from like answering question.
Sami is also here. I think I am seeing him on screen. So I think Sami bhai and I were discussing maybe exclusively for for this group of data scientists. Maybe we'll create one WhatsApp group so that we can share any material or any YouTube things which might not be of interest to others. So out of this group of I think 30-40 people are there. So whoever is interested to do this course, maybe we can create a separate WhatsApp group for those, and then I can share some material where they can get more insights as to what data science is, and there are several question and answer sessions over there, videos, so which they can go through to get a better understanding of that. So yeah, let's create a separate group for these, enthusiastic data scientists, and probably it will be better or relevant to target this group.
Okay, I'm just creating one separate group. I'll be sharing the link of that group. Just give me one minute.
Sure. So Khadija is asking, yeah, if you have a gap in, yeah, you can definitely start. I mean, you should, as I have told, you should be able to justify why that gap is. I mean, justify in the sense, just be honest. And yeah, we all take gaps in our career. So there are other things important in life. It's not just career. So everyone understands that. So, yeah, you need to tell that. And also, again, as I told, the more important thing is it doesn't matter whether you have 8 years gap or whether you have 2 years experience or 10 years experience. So, what value can you bring to the company? Why the company should hire you? Just keep yourself in a employer position. So, let's say you have a business, you want to hire someone. So, why would you hire someone? You won't hire, right? Just like that. If you, as I told you, if you have to buy something, you will probably, explore 10 different options to get it in a cheaper price. So the same happens everywhere. So yeah, I think we got the WhatsApp link. So guys, please join here. And, I strongly recommend to post your questions here rather than, calling me. And because if you post here, I mean, others may also benefit from these questions. So, please keep posting here. And yeah, and but as the parting word, I just want to say that, it's going to be a tough thing. Probably, it's going to be a tougher thing than your engineering that you did for 3.5 or 4 years. Nothing comes easy. And but then at the end of it, you are going to be happy that you spent effort on something that has rewarded you more than what you expected. You will be different. So yeah, the same thing, no pain, no gain, as they say. So be prepared for that. It's not something that you can do in 15 days or 30 days. And if someone says that, data scientist in 30 days or 15 days, don't go there. It's pure waste of time and money. It's not going to happen that way. It's going to be minimum 8 months, 8 to 10 months. So if you are dedicated, maybe in 8 months you can do. Definitely within 10 months or in a year you can do it. So keep that in mind. It's not something, any other course, but you have to be. And again, there is a good data scientist and a normal data scientist. A good data scientist, basically, I think this is as much true in any field. A good data scientist knows what he is doing, why he is doing something which he is doing. And a normal data scientist just does something. So there is, a clear distinction in the industry between these two categories. And obviously, if you are a good data scientist, you will get a good pay. And if you are a normal data scientist, you will get a normal data scientist pay. And yeah, there are salaries very good in this field. I don't want to talk about the salary numbers because I don't want that to be your motivation to take up this field. So, your motivation to learn and explore maths, your motivation to, excel in life, that should be the driving force. Money is always a byproduct. So that's what is my feeling. Yeah, I think Shoaib bhai has shared the link. Please join there and try to post all your questions. And,
Yeah, just one last thing from my side. Thanks a lot for taking our time, Mansoor bhai. And do not share this link with anybody else, like who is just outside of group, just want to join. If they are really serious, just feel free to share it with them also, and ask them to go through this recording session so that they know what have been discussed already. And also, I would urge everybody, request everybody to take this an opportunity and take out more from these experts and regularly follow what is being shared there. And we need to spend time, as Mansoor bhai said, rightly said, we need to spend some good quality time, and definitely things would be there. Good luck with that. And you need to join very quickly. Otherwise, once this webinar is done, then you won't be able to see the link. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yes. And also I request to keep the group restrictive only for AIML discussion. And if you have any query, you can, Mansoor Bhai is also there in that group. You can ask him anytime. Specific to AI ML only. Don't ask generic question. For that, we have some other group also there you can ask. Otherwise, the group perspective, like it won't be in sync actually. And as Mansoor Bhai also told that from time to time he will be sharing some useful AI ML course detail based on his experience. So we have like experienced person with you for your guidance mentoring. So utilize this opportunity, I would say, and let restrict the group objective for AI ML only.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good words from both Shoaib Bhai and Sami Bhai. Yeah, so again, the reason why I started this entire exercise. So when I started learning AI ML, I mean, there was no one like this to mentor me. So I had to go through 10 different things. And then I was able to pick up 5 or 6 things that were relevant to me. And then, that's how it went on. So in effect, I wasted time on 4 or 40% of the things that probably made no sense. So I wanted others to gain from this experience, and I can straight away tell you these people, okay, go through these 6 things, don't waste time on anything else. Maybe that way it can save some time for you. So that's the main intention. And yeah, hopefully, if you are motivated and if you are sincere, and yeah, obviously the bottom line is everyone has to get a job. Obviously the parents can't feed you for eternity, or anyone can for that matter feed you. So you have to make a path, you have to make your own thing. So, once the career path you have chosen, that's going to stay for you. So this is one of the lucrative paths. Having said that, it's not that everyone should take it up. So as I told what it needs and everything. So if you feel you are, up for this challenge or up for, putting up your effort, please feel free to, ask anything in that group if you have anything relevant. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it from me. Thanks everyone for, taking their time and attending this.
Thanks a lot, Mansoor Bhai, for your valuable time and guidance you have provided to the audience, and looking for the active participant from the participant in the group what we have shared. And yes, thanks a lot to all the CGC team member also in
Thanks.
organizing this session.
Thanks, guys. All the best. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.